Here's my five players. All right. So the first one we're going to say is Kyle Pitts of the Atlanta Falcons, as he is going against a Dolphins team that gives up 64 yards per game to opposing tight ends. And Pitts has averaged over 6 targets per game, including a 16% red zone target share. And he has had a run route over 90% of snaps and will find the end zone against a vulnerable Dolphins defense. So that's number one. Number two, Dalton Kincaid of the Buffalo Bills. He has 3 touchdowns already this year, surpassing his career season high already. He also put forth an excellent 14.4 yards per reception, and he owns 5 red zone targets and 12 first read targets for a Bills team that lacks physicality in the red zone. And the Panthers defense gives up 65 yards per and 3 total touchdowns to tight ends this season. And the Panthers play zone on an NFL high of 81% of snaps, and that's where exactly where King said feats with a 75% catching rate. Third one we're going to look at is Quentin Johnson of the Minnesota Vikings, as the, did I get the name right? I think I, wait, excuse me, let me correction. Quentin Johnson of the LA Chargers. The Vikings have allowed a league high of 14.2 yards per target to outside receivers with a 12.2 touchdown rate to those pass catches. That's like 31st. The Vikings have allowed a 58.3 completion rate to outside receivers on deep targets. That is 20 plus yards downfield. That is 31st in the league. Justin Jefferson as number four, as he has 1 touchdown this season, as I just said earlier ago. Now he has had at least 10 targets in each of his last 3 games, and he's the only Vikings receiver running 90% of routes in the red zone. And he leads the Vikings in targets per route run and yards per route run versus zone coverage. The latter, which should play well against a Chargers team that has utilized a zone defense at top 7 rate this season. And last but not least, it is Keenan Allen, as he has 44 catches for 435 yards and 4 touchdowns in his first 7 games back with the Chargers, coming off a game against the Colts, catching 11 passes for 119 yards and a score. So those are my top 5 NFL players, touchdown players you can use on Splash